you put me in something.
The lame, the weak, too afraid to start the dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken.
Welcome back to FnA Van Life, everybody. Frankie's behind the camera. I'm Alex, and today we have Carolyn and Josh, and they are going to show us their amazing vintage Crown bus.
Hey, I'm Carolyn McKenna, and this is Josh Jackling, and we're here from Crowned in Style.
This is our 1954 Crown school bus that's been converted for the second time. The first time my grandparents converted it back in the 70s, and they traveled all over the continent. So Alaska, Canada, a lot down in South America, of course the United States. And I purchased it when I was 16, and I've had it for quite a while, and me and Carolyn have reconverted it. This is our kitchen. All of the wood has been salvaged from wood that was killed by the bark beetle or the drought in Northern California. So we purchased from a guy who reclaims it. And it's the same wood throughout. So our floor, our countertops, the side walls, our barn door, it's all reclaimed wood. So we left the live edge on here. Some of the stuff that, some of the character from them banding the logs down is still in here. And we just cut the sink out. We have an induction cooktop here. This is our kind of like our control station where we have our inverter and our charge controllers, our water heater and all that stuff. This is stainless steel tile, so regular house tile we source locally. So in here is our bathroom. Went with the same stainless steel tile in the shower. And of course we had to do heated floors in there. It's electric radiant heat, yeah, underneath of the tile. Nice. Small little sink, one of our cupboards, which also just a little nook, and we also use it for our bedroom door.
Nice.
So that closes, gives a little bit of privacy. And then in here is our bedroom. We have a queen size bed. We have our air conditioning and heating mini split. And we have one in the back here. We have also one in the front. So we get like some cross draft action going on, keep this thing cooled and heated. This is our closet. We're actually adding a washer down here, and this are gonna all kind of slide up before we go full time.
What size bed is this in here?
Queen size bed.
Queen size bed?
Yep. Queen size bed. We got a little headboard with storage in it over there. And then this lifts up. There's access to the water tank that we have underneath here, which is 100 gallons. And then we have our drawers underneath, which is, his and hers, basically our dressers.
Mm-hmm. I like these little hinges that you put on there to keep them closed.
Yeah, I actually made these out of railroad spikes. And just fabricated them up, bent them. Then we have our pantry here, which is pretty much all of our food.
I love these skinny little pantries that slide open. I think they're really beautiful and unique use of space for sure.
Yeah, they're fun and handy. This cabinet and these ones I had built and the kitchen ones by a cabinet maker, and then he installed them, and then we put the wood over top. And all of these holes is actually the bark beetle ate all these holes out of that. And the guy has a contractor make these things, and so we purchased one so it kind of stayed with the same theme and just gave it some style. And then when we're driving, we actually have some pins down here at the bottom that we pin it closed so that it doesn't move and come flying off like it has the first time prior to the pins.
Oh man, so the whole door came flying off?
The whole thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, we just put brand new brakes on the bus and we wanted to test them out.
Oh yeah, they worked, huh?
They worked.
They worked.
Yeah, we almost got a barn door in the
very front?
In the windshield.
Oh no.
And so since we work from the road, it was important to have a lot of space out here for us. So this is usually our coffee bar area, and then it leaves us plenty of room to have our laptops out, and it also serves as a where we eat our dinner, breakfast, dinner.
What kind of coffee beans?
So these ones right here we actually picked up from Shasta, a little coffee shop that roasts their own coffee beans up there.
Along your travels, you can try to go and try all different types of coffee beans all over the place?
Yeah, we're really into coffee. So we like buying our own beans and grinding them ourselves. And so as we travel around next year, we're going to be stopping off at little cafes, little roasters, and picking up all kinds of different little beans, and then do little reviews on them. Maybe share with other people, you know, our experience of their coffee. This is a cubic mini stove, a little wood burning stove.
Cool.
We don't know anything about it because we haven't used it.
Completely blanked out there. We're going to use this to do some heating when we get out, you know, where we don't have electricity and we don't want to use a lot of our electricity up.
So this is our couch and where I sit while Josh drives on our travels. The dogs hang out with me here, and it actually folds out into a bed. So when we have guests, we're able to accommodate them and help them feel comfortable. The mattress comes off, it folds out into a really comfortable sleeping area. So that's been great, and it's super comfortable for the dogs, which they really appreciate. The ambient lighting that we have, we wanted to make it warm and cozy and more of a golden glow, which really reflects off the wood really nicely. So we're really happy with how they came out, and they don't make a lot of noise while we're driving. So we have different areas where we can turn on and off in the front of the bus and the back of the bus, and that seems to work really well.
We wanted to have plenty of room for guests to sit in here, and so when we found these stools, we're like, these are beautiful, they go with what we're going for. And then the next solution, or next issue was like, how do we secure these things while we drive? And so what we came up with is our bed pillows we put underneath of here, and then they're actually gas shocks chairs, so they adjust, and we actually lift them all the way up, which presses them underneath the bar top, and they're rock solid when we're driving.
I wanted to make sure that we had a really comfortable and usable kitchen, and Josh definitely created that. We saw a couple of retro refrigerators at Walmart actually that we really liked and went with our color scheme. So the refrigerators that we have are retro looking. They both have little freezers in them, and if we're traveling light, we can work with one refrigerator, and if we're in an area where we want to use both, we can use both. We wanted a lot of bar area to be able to cook and, entertain. So we have plenty of that with a very large sink. I've lived in small apartments before where our sink was super, super small, and we definitely didn't want that while we were on the road. We also have some really big drawer space. So we are able to put all of our cups, our dishes, our cookware into these spaces to make it really simple and easy to access. Here we cook on an induction top, which works with cast iron pans and induction cookware. It's heating really quickly, it cooks really quickly, so it's very simple to use and doesn't take up a lot of space. And then we also installed a microwave, which is an oven and a convection powered. It's easy to use, it doesn't take up a lot of electricity, and it's super easy to clean. Choices we made in the kitchen were very specific and purposeful to how we want to cook and how we want to keep things easy and clean and simple.
So this is kind of my area where I drive. I wanted to have a very nice captain's chair, so we purchased a used RV driving chair, and then we had it reupholstered more to our style because the blue kind of shag theme really wasn't fitting in. And we left everything as original as possible, other than the fact that I added a automatic transmission. So I had built a little console for the shifter down, and then just because I really loved the stick shift and it really kind of goes with the bus, I actually left the stick shift in, and it's also as a security device. So this is actually the original defroster that Crown Coach built.
Weird, for the windows?
Yeah, so that actually keeps the windows from fogging up.
Does it work still?
Yeah. this window is actually similar to what my grandparents had, and I always pictured it as a kid as this big viewing window, so it was very important to put it back in there. It's actually a little bit larger than the original window, and then just keeping with this very open feel, so we put lots of big windows. We don't have any curtains in here. We like it to be very open, and we don't get to miss anything while we're driving. Like, this is like where we get to relax and see all of the scenery as we drive down the road. So up on the roof, we actually have 3,200 watts of solar panels up there. That solar goes into our battery, which we rewired out of a Chevy Volt car battery. So when we purchased the battery, it was 360 volts, and we had to break that down into 48 volt modules, and spent quite a bit of time and research how to get that thing to work. And it's actually a pretty large battery. It was very fun during the build, and it's definitely serving us well. Powers everything in our bus. We just did a 12-day trip and never had to plug in once. So as long as we have some good solar and good sun rays, we're pretty set for power.
How many amp hours is that?
250 amp hours at 48 volts. So if you were to convert that to 12 volt batteries, that'd be 1,000 amp hours.
Yeah.
To get that much wattage up there, I didn't want it to be this big flat deck of solar panels, so where when you're driving down the road, everybody can just see this big deck up there. So I actually stacked 2 solar panels on top, and I made them on a air actuated slide, so they actually slide out when we get somewhere. So when we're driving, we have a row of 4 panels, and then when we get somewhere, we open them up and we have 8 panels.
So I gotta ask the question, guys, why bus life? Why van life? Like, what attracted you to this lifestyle, and why is it so appealing to you?
I think dreaming, as a kid, I always had this big picture of being this explorer and traveling around, going to Yellowstone, going to all of these different monuments that we have in the United States. At some point, I thought that was actually too big of a dream, so I didn't actually think it was possible. At some point, we just had a shift, like a mind shift, and decided that it is possible. We've got this bus and it's been done before. We can do this. We created our online business that we could do from the road, kind of just live lighter. We just got so much stuff. It's been fun getting rid of it and selling it off and like lightening the load. So yeah, we want to get out and meet people and explore.
What about for you?
Yeah. What about for you?
So for me, I've traveled a lot. I've been through Europe and South Africa and Mexico and a good majority of the United States. And when Josh proposed the idea of bringing our life on the road, I didn't think that, again, it was possible, like he was just saying. However, since he had the bus and he was willing to make a great conversion that was very comfortable and modern, I said, why not? We can do it. We can figure out a way. We have an online business that we can bring on the road with us. And, you know, we've done a lot of personal development such that we have the tools in terms of our mindset and our attitude to bring on the road with us, to allow us to dream and achieve more as a couple than we can individually. We can dream, we can accomplish our dreams, and together we can create more and make it possible.
I feel like you mentioned earlier too that your faith has a lot to do with getting into this life, and knowing that you could do whatever it is that you need to live well and prosper.
Josh and I got married a year ago in Italy, and God is a huge portion of our marriage. That was a common denominator in our dating and getting to know each other, and a foundation foundational piece of our marriage itself. So we, have a prayer practice every day together. We read, we go to church, and that's a significant part of our lifestyle. And understanding how we can impact the world and other people, we're listening to God's guidance, and we want to serve in the way that He wants us to serve. So if this is one of those ways, and He's encouraging us and inspiring us to, make this dream a reality and serve people on the road and inspire people along the way, then we're happy to do that, and we want to do that because we want to live a life that is one of being a force for good in the world, and sharing with people how they can make really healthy choices that will allow them to experience and to give the best they possibly can in their life.
Thank you so much for filling us your bus. It is absolutely beautiful. Guys, make sure you comment below thanking them, for showing them the bus, and just show them some love for just showing their passion and helping you guys inspire people to get out there on the road. Thank you guys once again. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys.